So nasty.
The world is full of many wonders such as the oceans, the grasslands, the forests, and many more. However, today we will reveal the true wonders and aspects of one specific environment, the desert. Many view the desert as a sandy place with no water and an abundance of tumbleweeds. However, in truth, it is very unique due to its harsh landscape, diverse wildlife, and striking beauty. Today we will discuss what is a desert, the interactions between wildlife within it, key and endangered species of the desert, and how humanity as a whole can help save life within this unique ecosystem. The deserts of the Earth cover about one-fifth of the Earth's surface. The desert contains many areas where rainfall can come to as much as only 50 centimeters per year. Though many believe a desert can only be hot, there are also cold deserts which can be seen in the Antarctic and the Arctic regions, and semi-hot deserts such as those in California. However, today we will focus upon the typical hot desert region. First, in a hot and dry desert, the seasons are generally warm throughout the year and hot during the summers, with the winters typically not bringing as much rain to the habitat. Temperatures reach extreme heat due to the lack of humidity within its atmosphere, allowing the deserts to reach as much as 50 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is typically low and is only experienced in small bursts between long rainless periods. Also, due to extremely hot temperatures, rain could be falling but evaporating before ever reaching the ground. Therefore, evaporation rates usually exceed rainfall. The land of the desert is usually characterized as sandy, rocky, and flat with a lack of subsurface of water, and plant life is usually characterized by plants such as shrubs within a hot desert. With semi-hot deserts, there are many shrubs as well as cacti within the habitat. Within the hot deserts of Egypt, or say the Sahara, many types of animals reside within their environment with certain adaptations for the sandy dry habitat, such as camels, scorpions, tarantulas, foxes, antelope, snakes, and in some places lions and elephants. All animals within this ecosystem have certain adaptations to help them survive within their harsh conditions. The desert environment, on the other hand, is suffering. With increasing temperatures due to factors like global warming, wildfires can occur, altering landscapes by destroying trees and shrubs and replacing them with fast-growing grasses. Also, oil and gas production and the dumping of nuclear waste may disrupt the sensitive habitat. Some solutions that could help better the habitat are using existing water resources more efficiently to improve arid lands, planting leguminous plants that extract nitrogen to restore soil fertility, and even digging artificial grooves in the ground to retain more rainfall and trap wind-blown seeds. First off, we will talk about the plant life within this biome. Perennial plants survive by becoming inactive. Sometimes they stay alive but are desiccated until water becomes available, at that point, they rapidly absorb moisture through above-ground parts, swelling and resuming activity. Some plants can also absorb dew. Mosses and lichens do this, and as do some flowering plants as well, which are sometimes called resurrection plants. Other desert plants can also survive dry periods through underground organs like bulbs, tubers, or rhizomes. These structures are usually inactive and are triggered by little absorption of rainfall soaking into the soil. Also, there are plants like woody plants that can remain active through dry periods with factors such as water storage organs. With animals within the desert biome, they also show many adaptations to the lack of water around them, showing little activity within dry periods and intense activity during the short wet periods. Many burrow themselves underground in holes where the air is usually cool and humid. A large portion of desert animals are subterranean. Some animals, like snails, remain dormant for long periods of time, while burrowing animals usually feed at night where it is cooler and less dehydrating. Also, some animals such as camels tend to eat grasses, herbs, and leaves and adapt themselves by lasting for long periods without water. With camels, however, the common misconception is their hump storing water, when really it stores fat that helps to conserve energy for long periods of time. The food web within the desert biome usually goes as follows. At the lowest level of the food web, there are the primary producers, which include cacti, creosote bushes, thorn acacias, annual flowers, ocotillos, and brushes. Then come the herbivores, or primary consumers, which include animals such as insects, lizards, rodents, and kangaroo rats. Then the next followed by small predators, carnivores, and insectivores, usually consisting of tarantulas, scorpions, lizards, and snakes. And finally, there are the large predators at the top of the web, which can consist of sandcats, foxes, hawks, and eagles. If, say, there was a decrease in the population of foxes and hawks as large predators, it would devastate the rest of the web. The hawks and foxes hunt a variety of smaller predators. With them extinct or decrease in number, small predators' populations will rise dramatically, resulting in the decrease of the population of primary consumers, such as insects and rodents, leading to an overabundance of primary producers, such as that of the desert brushes. There are also issues regarding immigration and immigration within the desert biome. Birds are usually the organisms that migrate, such as those in the Middle East, due to extreme heats in order to indulge in the rainy seasons of certain Asian deserts. However, with the introduction of non-natural growing plants within deserts, native growing plants tend to disappear or be crowded. For example, there is the buffalo grass that is extremely affecting native plants by crowding them and causing numerous plant extinctions of minority plants within Asian deserts and the Sonoran Desert regions and causing soil depletion. Many protective agencies have employed manual removal as well as aggressive management control programs that employ combinations of chemical and manual methods to help conserve the natural environment of the desert. Alright you guys, I know you guys are tired and probably wondering when does this video end, but I'm going to tell you right now that we're almost done. There are a lot of animals that play a significant role within this desert ecosystem, but some play even more important roles. In the deserts, such as that of the southwestern United States, hummingbirds tend to play significant roles within this awesome ecosystem. Some species of hummingbirds are essential to the Sonoran Desert of North America. Hummingbirds pollinate a variety of native cactus and other plants. In areas of the Sonoran Desert with very few hummingbirds, invasive species such as buffalo grass, which I had mentioned earlier, have taken over the ecosystem, pushing out other native species. Based on the IUCN Red List, there are a number of species that are either threatened, least concerned, or near extinction. Breviceps macrops, or better known by his street name, the desert rain frog, is listed as vulnerable due to his area of occupancy believed to be less than 2,000 square kilometers. He is severely fragmented distribution and loss of habitat. Road development, increasing human settlement, and changing land use pose threats to these chunky little frogs as well. Also, one last example, the desert tortoise is considered to be very vulnerable. It has lived in the Sonoran deserts of the southwestern deserts of the US. Poaching and driving off-highway vehicles tend to destroy their burrows or simply just run them over. Pollution materials tend to be mistaken for food as well, causing them to decrease in their population. Overall, the desert is a unique aspect of the world we call home. Therefore, we must work together to preserve and appreciate the beauty of the desert and all that inhabits it. Thanks for watching, you guys. Make sure you check out my new mixtape, 300 by Serge with the $, coming out in June 2042. For more info, call 1-800-Temecula Hood Mixtape. Hope you enjoyed.